Midwest Picker on YouTube.
Hey, I'm Dave. Welcome to the Midwest Picker YouTube channel. If this is your first time, I apologize. This video is going to be very different from my previous videos. If you're looking for reselling videos, how-to videos, check out my older videos. This one is a reaction video. When I watch the news lately, I get a bit angry when I see news reporters basically lying to my face. It drives me crazy. I'm a part-time reseller, full-time registered nurse, and I have lots of friends that are full-time resellers, full-time business with employees, and they count on reselling as their income, their sole income. Reselling is both legal and ethical. People have been doing this for thousands of years. People have been bartering, trading, selling, reselling. Ancient Egyptians, Native American Indians, hippies in the 1970s selling tie-dyed t-shirts out of the trunk of their car. People have been doing it for a very long time, and it's perfectly legitimate. Reselling is a legitimate, recognized business model, and reporters have one job: report the news, factual news, accurate news.
Just the facts, ma'am.
So when reselling becomes a topic of the news, it gets my attention. But there is one topic that gets me really angry, and it goes something like this.
Theft is nothing new, but a recent spree of coordinated, big-scale robberies has law enforcement and retailers warning.
Yeah, it is getting out of control, and it's only getting worse.
Warning, this is not simple shoplifting by those in need.
In my area where I live, not so much. Well, not yet.
But police say this is a professional crew connected to a 6-state crime spree.
Here it comes.
What fuels this as an enterprise is the ease of reselling.
Wrong, 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 so wrong.
Police believe it's also the headquarters for a lucrative theft ring.
This is a perfect example of why I am so frustrated.
Police believe it's also the headquarters for a lucrative theft ring.
This isn't just one person. This is a group, an organized gang of people. Holy cow. Here we go.
Where items stolen from Ulta Beauty Supply and other retailers are being resold.
Not resold. Come on, guys, get it right.
What goes through your mind when you realize that your dad was essentially killed?
Oh my gosh, this is a horrible story. I can't even imagine. This is tragic.
Can't imagine that any piece of equipment in Home Depot is worth a life.
I can imagine criminals are emboldened because they're just getting away with it. And even if they get caught, it's a slap on the wrist. You don't think they're going to network with other people? That's why this problem is growing out of control.
You saw the video
Oh man, this is hard to watch. Viewer discretion is advised.
of what happened to your dad. What was going through your mind?
Wish it would have been me.
Nobody should have to die for shoplifting. Come on, guys. This is crazy.
Authorities say organized retail crime is large-scale theft
Yes, this is theft. It's not reselling. Let's see what she says now.
of mostly high-value items, from handbags to power tools,
Yes, it's true. People are not stealing used Beanie Babies.
which are often then illegally resold online on sites like Amazon, eBay.
What? No, 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 no. This is just as criminal to say resold. She's almost tying resellers to people being murdered. Come on. So people are being busted for stealing stuff and reselling it online? No, they're not reselling it. They're stealing it and they're selling it. You have to pay for it and buy it first before you can resell it. So here's an example. Greg works at AutoZone and he's stealing inventory and sneaking it into his car on his lunch break. And then he sells it out of the trunk of his car on the street corner, on eBay, at flea markets. This is theft, and he's selling stolen merchandise. We used to call this fencing stolen goods. This is not reselling. And just like bartering and trading and reselling that's been going on for thousands of years, people have been stealing other people's property and then trying to sell it or fence it for thousands of years. This is not new. The technique might be different because people are stealing and selling it online. But news reporters are acting like this is a brand new problem. No, it's not a brand new problem. It's just the old problem getting much worse. And these are not, I repeat, not resellers. It just ticks me off when a reporter says, a man from Boston was arrested and he was busted for reselling stolen merchandise. That sentence doesn't even make sense. English teachers should be going nuts because that phrase does not work. I have a big problem with reporters sensationalizing stories. And I get why they do it, okay? Newspapers are dinosaurs. Magazines are on their way out. Network news, ABC, CBS, NBC, even Fox News and CNN, they're dying a slow death. They have to get viewers and they have to get clicks on their website. I get that. It's a business, but you cannot lie to the viewers. For example, let's say a bodybuilder kills his wife or his girlfriend. How do they pitch that to the viewer audience? A former bodybuilder strangled his girlfriend. Live report at 6 p.m. Who cares? What has it got to do with anything? Who cares if he's a bodybuilder, a Boy Scout, a gardener? That has nothing to do with it. But they know these key topics, key phrases get under people's skin, so they make a big deal out of it when it has nothing to do with the story. The problem is it perpetuates a stereotype. That's why when you go to a garage sale, for example, and let's say a guy has 85 pair of Crocs, all the same size, all the same color, new with tags because he inherited them from his uncle who owned a shoe store and died. So he tries to sell them in a garage sale for 10 bucks a piece. And you walk up there and you go, oh, interesting. How much do you want for all of them? Say 3 bucks a piece. And the guy is either thrilled because he got rid of them all and doesn't have to sell them for the next 10 years, one at a time. Or they say, what are you, a reseller? Yeah, it's not like I have a fetish for Crocs. Of course I'm a reseller. What do you care? You're getting your money. So half the people say, awesome, take them. I'm glad you're a reseller. I want them out of here because they're just taking up room. Other people respond with this negative stereotype like, ew, you're a reseller. Well, yeah, that's what makes the world go around. Walmart, the world's biggest reseller. These news reporters, they perpetuate this stereotype that reselling is somehow unethical, wrong, taking advantage of people. No, it's perfectly legal. People have been doing it for a long, long time. It also perpetuates this myth that journalists and reporters are not very smart. Just like homeless people are not inherently dangerous. But if there's a crime involving a homeless person, you know they're going to make a big deal out of it. Live at 5 p.m., a car was scratched in New York City by a homeless person. They know that's going to get under your skin. It's going to drive you nuts. They do that with male, female, races, age, veteran, bodybuilder, former professional athlete. They always have to throw in those extras because they know it's going to build stereotypes and it's going to get attention. But it's wrong. It's very wrong. 99.9% of resellers are ethical, legal, tax-paying members of society just like me. So please, if you see a news story like this that's ridiculous, whether it's resellers, homeless people, veterans, whatever, don't share it. Don't go telling your friends and don't forward it to people because it just perpetuates these terrible stereotypes. Just because Bob's a big fat loser and stole from his employer and then sold the items doesn't mean you have to share that story. Just because the news reporter says, aha, he was a reseller. That news reporter is wrong. He wasn't a reseller. He was a typical thief. So thanks for watching the video, guys. Thanks for staying to the end. Hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Not every video is going to be like this. And if you're a reseller and you're dealing with this, forward and share this video with family members, friends, whoever, that just don't understand reselling. It is a legit ethical job. For me, it's a part-time job. For a lot of people, it's a full-time job. They depend on this income, and it's legit. So thanks for watching, guys. No Joey today. He's so mad. He's standing over there in the corner. I got to let him calm down. But until next time, see ya.